Hey, family! Did y'all miss me? Okay, family. Welcome to Let's Talk with Sister E. And I am Sister E. So, family, let me tell y'all something. I know y'all see the same background. Yes, y'all like the new intro? I'll let y'all know who did it for me. Y'all see that I'm still here in Memphis? Do y'all know why I'm still here in Memphis? Folks in Washington have no chill. Man, come on in the room, Saints. Okay, Ruhama. I meant to say that. Saints, come on in the room. Y'all missed me. Did y'all miss me? Sister E has been working. So, um, yes, Sister E has been working. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, I must say. So, I was trying my best. Y'all, I have been trying my best to get home. But first and foremost, I was trying to get home last week, right? I missed y'all too. Before I start talking about what's going on with me, let me go ahead and do my shout outs. All right, so let's look and see. So I have Angie Love. What's up, Tia? Yeah. What's the deal? Can y'all hear me really good? Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Why is my phone? My phone is ringing in the middle of okay, so 1 second, y'all. Gotta take care of a little business before I get started. Let me finish. Natika, welcome. You got Jay High Style. What's going on? Israel wife, what's up with you? Second Exodus, what's going on? Yes, I'm stuck in the M. You know that, right? Stuck in M Town. Let's see. Avaya, Elephant Man Podcast Network. Hello, sir. Was it Tangy Green? I hope I'm saying it wrong, right? Welcome, Sharada. Hello, Lionheart, the mechanic. Let me see. Terrence Jackson, what's going on with you? Ivy Lamar, what's up? We'll love. How are you? Let me see. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. Israel, Yehuda. Y'all know y'all got them names. William Smithers. Am I saying that right? I always mess that up. Y'all know I'm special. Anybody I miss, I am so sorry. I didn't purposely do it. Sean, what's up? James knowing. Andre Bell, what's going on with you? Terrence Jackson, I think I said your name. Sheila Jackson, what's going on? Yes, sis, I got some rest. Let me see who else I got here. Child of the book. What's up? Oh, let me go ahead and send this to my brother. Hold on. Let me see. StreamYard. Y'all, Sister E has been trying to get home. When I say y'all, it's so much going on, family. I don't want to keep y'all for too long. Do y'all like my intro first? Thanks to an amazing artist that decided to bless me. I'm not going to tell you the name yet of the person, but this person blessed me. You may see this person on my live. Not tonight. I don't think. If he wants to come in, he can. But yes. So y'all seen me on y'all who hasn't seen me on Berean? Hit one if you've seen me on Berean first. Everybody hit one if you've seen me on Berean. Okay, so y'all know the young man I gave the blues to in the last Berean gathering I had, Keith Jefferson. he was the one that blessed me with this intro. I actually subscribed to his page. And yes, family, I know he is an apologist. All apologists are not bad. Let's let that be known. Um, he reached out to me, and he did this intro for me. And if you go to his page, his name is Keith Jefferson. Keith Jefferson. He um he has a nice podcast. And again, family, all apologists are not bad. I don't bang on everybody. But after nice conversation with him, he decided to do this intro for me. So it was Tia, Tia, y'all, why you got all of my eyes up? Yes, y'all. He's nice. He blessed me with this. And when he did, he said, "Hey, go check your email. I did something for you." I said, "What?" And he sent it to me. Um, he did it. He did it. So see, and I was like, "Wow." So um y'all come on, y'all know I'm that type of person, he's nice, he's a cool guy. I think I gave him too much of a hard time, that I felt kind of bad, and I was like, I was kind of mean to you. I'm sorry. I sent you the link, 5 hot wings. Yep, I sent you the link. So wait a minute, Sheila. No. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. I'm in a good mood. It's been a rough week. Um, it's been a long, and it's just what today, just Monday. I said a whole week, and no, no, he's not, y'all. He just blessed me with that intro. Say's gonna be going out here saying no. No, he ain't making no moves. He just did something nice. Y'all, hold on. Um, he just did something nice. People, y'all stop. He was just being nice. Can folks just be nice to me? He just decided. I said, I needed an intro, and I saw how nice his was. I was like, wow, I like your intro. So, you know, Red Letter Raps did a song for me. Well, not for me, but one of the intros I used to do, he did a little thing for me on it where he did his little music. So, y'all, don't y'all, y'all, wait a minute. Wait. I'm glowing because I got this light in front of me, Saints. No. Y'all, come on now. No, he was being nice. He was being nice. I got a lot of brothers around me that's being nice. Yeah, I always smile. Will y'all stop? I'm gonna stop paying attention to y'all for a few minutes because y'all doing the most in this chat. I came in here. Y'all special. Y'all are special. Y'all missed me. That's all there was. Y'all, I have been working. When I say today is Monday, and today is just Monday. I am not giddy, y'all. I am the normal me. Don't do that. Y'all do the, you know what? Y'all just be doing the most. Don't do me like that. So, uh, I'm I'm ignoring y'all, but y'all, you know what? Y'all know that look I'm giving y'all, right? I'm giving y'all that look. I'm giving y'all that look. Stop. Really, I missed y'all. I really missed y'all. I have been working. I've been saying, and actually, I've been working. I've been spending time with my daughter. I've been spending time with my dog. I'm laughing at y'all. You know what? I ain't talking to y'all no more. I'm done. Y'all gonna make me close this live down. Y'all, no. He is yeah, I've been spending time with my I'm gonna shut this chat down in a minute. I'm gonna just do a shutdown, and ain't nobody gonna be able to talk in this chat in just a second. But I had to spend time with my kiddo. She y'all, do y'all know how many people that made intros when I've made pretty much all my intros? Come on, y'all. But my daughter has just been like, you ain't hanging out with me. So I hung out with her this weekend, rested, got ready, got ready for work. I mean, been working all this week. Y'all doing the most. Where is Pastor Kelly? He's supposed to be coming in here. I sent him the link. He gonna tell me send him the link, and he ain't even in here yet. You know what? Y'all, y'all are something else. I just missed y'all. That's why I'm smiling. That's why I'm smiling. Because I missed y'all. I have been, like I said, yesterday I actually was gonna do yesterday I was gonna do something, and somebody said 32 teeth. He's supposed to be coming in here in just a second. Pastor Kelly. And I was supposed to be y'all, I'm not finna work with y'all. I'm really not. I was gonna get in here and talk about these crazy folk. Y'all stop it. I gotta talk about these crazy people with what's going on. Why Sister E is stuck in the city of Memphis and I cannot leave. Saints, this whole y'all gonna make me put everybody in time out. I'm taking all my rights away and putting I'm putting everybody in timeout. Y'all, I just said something he made. I was okay. I'm not finna deal with y'all today. I am not finna deal with y'all today. Don't do this. You know what? Where's Pastor Kelly? Where are you? You need to hurry up and get in here because these folks are really showing out. Y'all showing out. Y'all showing out. I'm not going anywhere. I am going. How can I renounce my heritage? Y'all, that's my makeup that's shimmering. That's what y'all see. It's really not this serious. Saints. Let me see. Y'all have seen me like this. Don't even do me like that, Saints. Don't see. I'm not finna deal with y'all. I'm not finna deal with y'all. Y'all, I just said somebody made an intro for me, and y'all are just really in here clowning me. How y'all know? You know what? Where is Pastor Kelly? He moving slow. I need him to hurry up. Cause y'all doing the most. Y'all really are. I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all talk to y'all about this craziness that's going on in Washington. Y'all have always seen me smile. Every single show. I'm not dealing with y'all. I'm not dealing with y'all. Y'all will have Saints sending me emails. I'm throwing my phone across the room. I'm sick of everybody. Somebody get your Cobra. I'm sick. Time out. We can put everybody time out. Where is Pastor Kelly? There we go. All right. Get in here and take care of these folks. Pastor
Hey,
Kelly,
what's up,
here now.
sis?
What's going on with you, bro? What's going on?
Not much, just living. surviving in these streets. It's really hard out here in
Yeah.
these streets.
Get these people past Kelly.
What's going on, Sister E? How's everything?
Not much. Everything is going good. I just been, like I said, I've been kind of busy or whatnot, but I've been kind of watching this stuff that's going on the news. This is just, I've never seen it like this. Y'all, I promise y'all, I'm about to shut the chat down. They really cutting up in this chat.
God, man, it's dangerous in these streets, man. These
I
chats, man.
know.
It's dangerous up in those chats.
Man, this chat is lit today. So, so I guess the biggest thing I wanted to kind of bring us together to talk about is what's been going on with DC and the reason why I cannot get home. Um I think the biggest thing that I have noticed is I'm gonna shut this chat off. I'm taking the chat. I'm putting y'all in timeout. I'm gonna go to the private chat so I can't see it. Y'all are doing the most. I'm closing the chat so I can be focused. These folks are really clowning me right now.
What they got here? Somebody put here. She just wear Vaseline on the lips. What they talking about?
I'm so sick of
You
them.
see
Like,
that?
I'm
Or she
sick of them.
full cover girl for Mr. Jefferson. What is that?
Wait a minute. I was telling them I got a new intro, and I gave a shout out to the person that did the intro, and they have been clowning me for the past 10 minutes.
Oh, I gotta see the intro then.
Here's the intro. Here's the intro. I'll show it. It's a nice intro.
Okay, okay,
Um,
got the Christmas colors going on.
oh gosh, here you go.
Uh,
That's
got the
all.
got the Mastercard. I'm just joking with
I'm so sick of y'all today. I come out here.
you.
I ain't seen y'all in a week.
No, but the
Uh,
intro it's nice. It's much better than the initial one because the
hold
other
on.
one was kind of like the generic one, right?
Don't be doing me like that. I like my other intro. See, he came and sold my intro, my other ones. You know what?
No, I'm saying it's. I'm not saying the
Yeah,
other is
I'm
bad,
just
but
messing with you.
it's an improvement.
I'm ignoring them
They
because I
talking about
gotta.
soul glow and everything. What are they talking about up in here?
They being extra. That's all I talked about was somebody gave me an intro and they didn't went left. Um, no, I'm just messing with
Well,
y'all.
it could be worse. It could be Boomerang, Nasty Nelson.
I hadn't heard
Remember they
about
were
that.
like they was like, who did the video? Who did the commercial? I let Nasty Nelson handle it. Have you?
That
And they just had the look on their face, like just embrace.
see, and some people don't even know. Have y'all ever seen Boomerang? I hadn't seen that movie in so long. But these folks right here, yeah, I smile all the time. I'm ignoring them. Let's get back on the subject because they keep throwing me off my subject. But have you been talking? Have you did anything on what's? I know you did something this weekend on what happened in DC. Or did you do anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I touched on that because many are really not aware fully of what's going on. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
recognized it from day one when I saw it, and you remember we had discussions even
Yep.
offline, and I've been warning our assembly for almost a year about warning what's going to take place should Donald Trump uh, lose the election. Matter of fact, remember when we were trying to do the 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 non-affiliate party, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's hard to get our people to come together. But that was one of the things that we were going to try to warn the people with is being prepared should the Trump administration lose the election.
Yeah.
Even if he would have won, it still would have been ugly. But I knew that once he lost, it was going to get uglier. And these are some of the things that especially when you understand things from a military or governmental perspective, you could kind of see things, at a distance and kind of predict some of the next steps that's going to transpire. And
Yeah.
so when you see what happened at with the Capitol Hill, it was so many different red flags. Just me watching the news clips and seeing things happen, it's like wow, it was so many red flags from how were they able to just bum
Yeah.
rush, get past the levels of barriers that was there, the lack of the military presence, compared to if Black Lives Matter was there, or if,
Yeah.
they already had military presence, they had other agencies that was out there to ensure that things did not get elevated. But
Yeah.
to see those things and just how easy it was for them to get into that the Capitol
Yeah.
Hill, for me it was like wow, I knew that there had to be some people there that was familiar with it. I
Uh-huh.
knew it had to be either someone that worked there before or someone currently working there. Because if you've been to Capitol Hill, I'm not sure if you've been to any of the governmental buildings, but I worked at the DOJ for several years, and I also worked at the federal courts. But when you go to like Pennsylvania
Uh-huh.
Constitution, when you work in that area, pretty much those buildings, it's hard to just pinpoint where to
Yeah.
go to. Those halls, you could get lost because everything looks so much alike. Every floor looks alike.
Yep.
So to know that they were able to get to the Senate chambers, well, the Senate floor and the chambers of the politicians, that
Yeah.
just was a lot of things that were triggers for me, just to see how it was easy for them to do that, and
Yeah.
some of the rhetoric. And so that's why it's not a surprise to me when they found out that some of the perpetrators, and I know it's more, was a prior
Uh-huh.
Air Force guy, that lieutenant colonel. You know,
Yeah.
they had politicians, because when I saw them using the barriers as a ladder to climb up the wall,
Yep.
that's something that you just don't learn if you haven't had any type of experience.
Wow.
So many of those guys are prior military. Many of those guys may currently be in the military. That's some of the things that they're investigating. Some of those guys were all police officers, believe it or not, that was in that crowd. Some of them were politicians, attorney
Mm-hmm.
general.
Yep.
So and that's the bigger issue that we should be alerted. Well, it should be a trigger for us, because it's like, wow, you had all these politicians coming together, and they were able to get to the heart the heart of this building.
Yes. And what's so interesting is the lady. I remember the lady that ended up getting killed in in the Capitol building. She's a part. Is she a part of? Was she a part of the Air Force? She was part of some form of military branch.
Hmm.
And I remember that was when it first happened, when she came out. And when I saw her, I was like, wow, she looks bad. But she came out of the military as well. And the thing is, another thing, just like getting into, because if you being in DC, and I know you know this and others who know this, it's hard to get in any building, period, the way it's made.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
can't even drive in some areas. I know there are barriers in certain sections. Where's my heater? Um, there are barriers in certain sections. But it's just so hard to get anywhere. It's hard to get around the city itself. It's difficult and it's confusing.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean, it's just when I saw it on the news, and I remember when I was actually I was sitting in front of the television because I don't know why I had CNN on, but I just had it on. You saw how everything. Oh no, you know why I had it on? I actually heard the speech that Trump did before they
Yeah.
went to the Capitol building, and it was so hostile. And I was like, this isn't gonna be good. And I was actually in
Hmm.
the car when I heard it. And when I heard it in the car, thank you for the super chat. When I heard it in the car, I was actually in Memphis, and I was over in the Poplar area because I was getting some lunch, and you could see they have been protesting as well in Memphis. The thing is, Memphis is a predominantly black city. It's not much that they can do far as protesting here. They have a little segment, but other than that, they had started protesting, and that made me look into it a little bit more. By the time I got home, is when I saw on television how everything had started to escalate and get worse, and I was like, "This is not going to be good." And before you know it, they had started storming the Capitol building. And I have never seen that. And they have so much security. And that's another thing that doesn't make sense. It's so much security in those surrounding areas. I was like, how are they able to get in? You know, so yeah, Memphis is like 60% black. It's kind of hard to protest here. So, but
Yeah, and I tell you, and for me, it's like if it was us,
oh no,
man, they would have had us flagged down at the toll booth. We wouldn't have
man,
been able to make it into the city.
we
They
would have
would have
made
locked us up in our dreams just for even dreaming about something like that. You know, it's
that is too funny.
you've been asleep and all of a sudden you getting locked up in your
Man,
dreams. I mean, but it really goes to show you, as I did a lesson, the lesson that I did when I dealt with the breach rather, was showing that there's no such thing as a double standard.
yep.
It's only one standard in this country, period. We have been made to believe to try to address a double standard and try to be equal to the very people that have enslaved us.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Is how did we allow the people that have enslaved us to set the standard, the baseline on what equality is?
Yep.
And so now we're saying we want to be treated just like you. No,
Mhm.
we that they're not the baseline. So, and what I did was too, I shared the PowerPoint I was dealing with. I just went to a couple of images that really caught my attention, and I'm sure you're going to see the same thing. This is one of the ones that caught my attention.
Yes.
When I saw the video, you could see right there that is not uh, someone from, let's just
Civilian.
say, from the neighborhood, from the hood,
Yep.
trying to get into a grocery store. That's not something that the average person would think to do when you see how those barriers were used as a ladder and how they're scaling that wall.
Hmm.
That this is nothing. I mean, this is actually learned. They were taught these
Yep.
things, and so, and then I'll show you the other image. This is the other image. That stood out.
Wow. I didn't see that. It's almost like they is that like that tie or that thing that they use
Yeah,
like in those
there's
crime
a rope,
movies?
but you can't really see it. It's really a thin rope that he's holding on to, letting himself down onto the Senate floor.
Oh wow. Did not
So when
see
I
that.
saw that, I was like, no, this is not like they want to make it out into some of them protesters.
Yeah. It doesn't and the thing is they're not done. That's what's interesting.
Yeah,
Um because now I think that's why I'm kind of hanging back for a little bit because the time that because actually I was going to leave for Virginia last week. And when I saw what happened on the news happen, I was like, let me fall back for a little bit because I don't want to get caught in that in Tennessee. We already had the incident in Chris during the holidays, Christmas, or when they say Christmas, saints don't get crazy in the chat. The incident in Nashville. So so that was kind of alarming. So I said, you know what? Let me wait the weekend to see what happens because after what happened at the Capitol building, I don't want to get caught in Tennessee trying to get back home. That's the
yeah,
last place you don't want to get. Once you leave out of Memphis, it's no longer predominantly black. Memphis is the blackest part of Tennessee, I think, and I think Nashville is right next to it.
Nashville,
But
yeah, Nashville, because I used to go out there a lot for a project that I was on in the past to
hmm
the Army reserve base out there outside of Memphis. I used
Yep.
to go there quite often. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Army Reserve base that was out there, but it's like on the outskirts of Memphis that I used to have to go to.
Okay.
Like I was on like a 8 to 10 month project. So, but yeah, I'm familiar with that. I tell you, seeing those cotton fields, driving to
Yeah.
the installation is very eerie. Now it's one of those things you encourage people to just go see, but you just don't expect to see that. You
Yeah.
got this city with that's majority of our people there, and then you driving out to the base, and you driving past these, I mean, miles upon miles of cotton fields, and you see some of the old shacks out there too.
Yeah. Yep.
So I took pictures of it too. That was very eerie. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, now Tennessee has a very dark history when it comes to slavery. They really don't talk about it. In fact, in downtown Memphis, there's an area where there was it's like a slave depot or an area where they, I think, is downtown over by what we call Harbor Town.
Hmm.
There was kind of like an area for holding area for slaves, and then you got to understand, people don't understand that Memphis is used to be one of the areas that was very prosperous um when it came to I guess what
So
the
like the slave trade, and
yeah, because of the
yeah,
Mississippi River.
yeah.
But that right there is very Tennessee has a very interesting history. But that's why I was just like, I don't think I want to make that drive to through Tennessee into Virginia right now, because I know it's not safe at all. At all. And I looked at other routes to take, and I still can't get away from the South. It's like that one line that I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to have to um I don't want to have to y'all act right. I don't want to have to kind of, have to deal with that, because it's scary to me. This is the first time I've ever been kind of, I don't want to say scared, but concerned because of what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's I decided to stay home, and I'm actually going to probably stay until they get done with the election, because what I just heard today, that they are all going to do they're going to do a, what is it, a armed protest
Yeah.
in every capital of the US, meaning all 50 states.
It says
Um,
literally, I've been railing on this for a while. And even in the breach lesson that I did, I told the people, whatever you see what happens in DC, you want to see it happen in your local areas.
yep.
And this is where we have to really start majoring in the majors versus majoring in the minors,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the stuff that we're going back and forth with, things are happening right under our nose, and just even to your point, there's a lot of racism up in the DC area that many people are not aware of.
Yeah.
I've experienced it, especially when Obama got into the office. I was working at the FAA, right? And I was coming home, driving down. Matter of fact, I was on Route 1, right? And on Route 1, I'm in traffic, and a truck was on the side of me. And this is when my little, I'm not going to name a car because how some people will take it all out of context. But
Yes.
I'm driving my car, and this car pulls up on the side of me. It's in traffic, but how you just see this movement from the side, your peripheral, and I look over, and this Caucasian guy just spit on my car,
Are you see? Oh
spit
wow.
on my car, and said some racial things to me. And
Wow.
and I just gave him the look and said, you know, over at the parking lot, I pointed to the parking lot of whatever shopping center was there, and I just whipped my car in there and pulled in there. And I'm not saying that I should have done this, but I was so angry that this person spit on me. It was a Caucasian
Yep.
guy talking all this trash and called me the N word. And needless to say, when he got out of his truck, he was like couldn't have been no more than about 5'3", 5'4", straight redneck. And I guess because the way my car sat, it made me look a lot shorter than what he thought I was.
Yeah.
So, everybody know I got a pea head. You know what I mean? So, so when I stood out of the car, I guess he didn't anticipate me being taller than
Yeah.
what I guess he thought I was from the car. And he decided to jump back in his car and say he's calling the police on me. Mind you, he instigated this whole thing. Now I'm making this clear, guys. I'm not saying that this is how you're supposed to handle things, because I put myself in a compromising position, not knowing this guy could have a gun on him or anything. You just have to really be careful. But we all have triggers, and one thing that's very degrading is if someone spit on you, spit
Yeah.
at you, regardless of uh, you know how professional you are, regardless
Mhm.
of being a pastor or being a minister. It's very degrading when someone spits at you and spits on you. And so I've had that happen. I've had um, worked in, like when I was working at the DOJ, someone that I worked with
Mhm.
decided to do a Google of my house, of my address, and got mad because of where I live at, the
Yeah.
type of house I live in. And she was Caucasian. So and you deal with it as well. It's a lot of racism that we deal with from different areas. So back to that point, just like you pointed out, we have to be careful
Yes.
when we're en route, because you have some of these guys that would look to start something with you. They may try to cut you off, cut in front of you. You know what I mean? Different things that
Mhm.
they would try to do to try to instigate a situation. So you have
Yep.
to really be mindful. So I agree with you. Especially when you're making that drive with the climate of everything right now, and especially knowing the Baltimore, the DC, the
Yeah.
North Carolina, the South Carolina, Georgia, that whole area is a lot of things are happening with young women
Oh
disappearing.
yeah.
And that, I mean, I've talked about that for years. It's been brought to the Senate. It's been brought to the House of Representatives, and they still haven't done anything about that. So
Yep.
we have to be careful about where we go at and how we go about doing certain things our day to day.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing, because today I was like, oh, because I was trying to figure out if I was gonna leave on, because the plan was to leave on, I want to say Friday, and so I can be at home by Saturday. And I was went on Facebook, and somebody had, I think it was Only Love, she had posted the article where it said it was going to be 50 states that were going to have armed protests. And no one really knows the dates. We just know the between dates, between the 16th until the 21st. They're going to be doing this. And because one thing about what happened last week, it didn't happen on the 6th, it happened on the 5th. So we don't know what that looks like. So I was just like, I said, I don't want to be caught on the road going through Tennessee, because what's interesting is, and I didn't think about it till later, that when I would be coming back into Virginia is when they would probably be going into DC. So one way or another, I would have probably ran into someone in that caravan trying to get there. And not to mention what the news is doing right now. They keep trying to pit them against Black Lives Matter, BLM. And they keep, and that's where we got to be careful with the media, because they're pitting that. They're constantly talking about BLM and comparing BLM to this movement, which is ultimately making them angrier at us. And it's like, no. But I've just noticed that, and I said, yeah, I said, I don't need to make that trip right now. I'm just gonna pretty much stay here a little bit longer, um, and then just go home when it's all clear, because I don't want
Yeah.
to get caught up in that. That's going to be, it's going to be dangerous to be caught on the road. Because did you hear about the lady in LA? She was jogging, and she got attacked by Trump supporters.
I didn't hear about it, but I'm not surprised because that's some of the things that I anticipate. And
Yeah.
in our assembly, I've been literally warning the women that if you're out and about, be conscientious.
Yeah.
If you have to go to the supermarket, make sure you go during the day and
Yep.
it's a crowded area. If you need to put gas in your car, if you don't have a male, someone that could do it for you, at least do it during the daytime and do it where it's at a crowded gas station, so that way you at least you have more eyes that are out there. And so I'm not even surprised at that happening, because more and more of that's going to happen. Because think about the narrative that's been painted when you hear that term, let's make American great again.
Yeah.
Think about the era that they highlight of what they consider America being great, you know, and think of the overall theme is
Yep.
that we're taking their jobs, we're taking their finances, we're
Uh-huh.
tapping into their finances, we've taken their government, those are some of the trigger words, and when going back to like even what you made reference to the Trump speech, if many people understand triggers, especially when you're dealing with dogs, because you have dogs, so you already know this. When you're
Mhm.
training a dog, especially when you're training an attack dog, right? You teach that dog a trigger word that sets them off, and a trigger word that brings them down.
Yep.
You're right. That trigger word could be something like candy or whatever, but that dog could be the friendliest dog. But
Yeah.
once you touch that trigger word, that dog shifts into attack mode. So
Yeah.
when you listen to Trump's speech, he gave the trigger words and gave them the impression that he was going to go down there with them.
Yep. You
You
made me think
know,
about
so
the movie Manchurian Candidate. You remember that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a geek, so I saw both of them, the old one and the
Yep.
new one. So
And it's like it was triggered. I was listening to the speech and I said, he is really adding fuel to the fire. And he was like, go, he literally did say, go to the Capitol building.
hmm
And I was like, I wouldn't have thought in 1,000 years that those people would have went into the Capitol building, and even if they went to the Capitol building, would have made it inside. You know, I tell people though, the person that made me laugh through the whole thing though is the QAnon shaman. He was hilarious. He was hilarious, but I mean, even then, it was just so dangerous, and he kept throwing trigger words out there, like you said, and
yeah.
I was listening to it, and what's interesting is I went to his Facebook page because that's where I was able to see the live, and in the comments you could see that they were ready to fuel up. And like I said, as he was doing that, I was in Memphis, in East Memphis, and I saw how Trump supporters were already rallying together. And I was sitting in my car and I was like, my daughter's next to me. I was like, lock the door. And she was like, why? I said, I don't need anybody feeling themselves thinking that they're going to bust in my car. Even the people that because I was going through this drive through, even the people that were, getting our food together, you could tell that they were concerned. You can see, but you could hear it while I was listening to it. It was like I was watching them. And I was like, wow, this is not good. And when I got home and I saw how the Capitol building was revving up, I said, this is not going to be good. And I don't think that the next week is going to be good either. They're not. And I said, they're not done. This was just round
hmm
one. It's going to be a couple of waves of this because they're scared. And like you said, everything is so much diversity, even in the new cabinet is so much diversity that they're scared that they're going to lose their footing or their place. And it's just like it, and it's just interesting. It's going to be interesting. I got a feeling this week is going to be a very interesting week, especially on the news and within different cities. I don't think they're going to come here though. I will say
Yeah.
that much. I don't think they coming here.
You'd be surprised though.
I would be
You'd be
shocked.
surprised. I remember where the KKK to do a march in Newark, New Jersey when I was younger.
Yep.
You'd be surprised, especially there's certain legalities that they're entitled to. They can go and file a permit. The KKK could file a permit anywhere,
Yep.
and have the right to march right in the heart of our neighborhoods. So, but yeah, even just going back to your point though, with the trigger words, and what's the main trigger word that you hear? They stole. They
Oh.
stole.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the trigger
Yep.
word for everything that they deal with. They stole our country. They stole our jobs. They stealing our women. All those different things. They stole the election.
Yep.
And so, uh, some of the things that when you start seeing some of the reports, how they uh, literally spread, a lot of them spread feces all through the building, their
Wow.
own
Yep.
feces through the building,
That is.
urinating all through the building, just defecating all through the building. There was nooses, and I put one of them on my Facebook channel, but there were nooses all over, and they literally was at the front screaming out, "Hang Mike Pence." That's what's so crazy about it. You have these Trump supporters
Correct.
literally calling for the hanging
Okay.
of the vice president. Have you ever thought that you would see that you have the president going at the vice president, and the
Correct.
people are cheering to lynch the vice president?
Yeah.
But think about this, it's like now we get to see the venom live.
Yep.
Even though that venom, some of those were directed at um, Mike Pence and others, but that's what our ancestors had to deal with. That same mob. When you look at what happened in Wisconsin 100 years prior to George Floyd, 15 miles from him, they had to deal with 14,000 people that did the same thing. And a lot of these major cities, they were doing the exact same thing. Mobs of anywhere from 5,000 to 14,000, and they're right where at the center of the city,
Mm.
center of downtown, court system right there, the police department right there. They're right there at what many would call Market Square, which anyway, that's a whole another discussion. But we got to actually see that mob mentality, how it was always directed at us. We went through that on a regular basis.
Yeah. It was. It was. It was something. It was something to see, and then you see all these, like the guy over the home. Was it Homeland Security? A lot of people are stepping down. But what's concerning is a lot of quite a few people that have like security, or I want to say military like positions in off with within Trump's office, are now stepping down. And I said, why are they stepping down now? I pray that they're not building any type of alliance with him, because again, if you saw, if the cap if some of the Capitol Police would help plan this, no telling who else was involved. Because I think they're looking at 14 Capitol Police officers. I think I might be, I can't remember, but it's 14, I think, that they're looking at right now. And then not to mention, so it was an inside job. And I think we already said that it was going to be, that it was an inside job. But
Starting at the White House, I mean, the president, he's inside, right?
correct. Um and then also with this being an inside job, I think that I think, now I'm only saying my opinion. I'm not saying it is, but my opinion, I think, because they are, like I said, they're already looking at a few people from the Capitol Police Department. One guy ended up killing himself right after everything happened.
Hmm.
That was interesting. And what else? It was quite a few things that kind of stuck out to me, to make me wonder, is this something that's an inside job, or is this something that was an external thing? But I think it's inside as well. So I see Set Apart sent me something. I was trying to read it before I posted it. And I might talk about it on tomorrow. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because I want to read it before I post it.
Yeah,
Anything
don't want to have a nasty Nelson experience.
because they're taking down. What people don't realize is they're not just taking down the I got this heater on now. I got warm. They're not taking down just their pages. They're taking down anybody's page or posts. I know that a couple of people that are in the Christian community have gotten impacted by a couple of their posts and pages being shut down because of making comments about this. So if you
Yeah,
see,
that's why you have to be very
yeah,
conscientious and strategic. And you notice how I make my comments is not from a perspective of trying to incite or, violence or anything like that. And it's interesting too, sis, that you know, a lot of those people that were out there were evangelicals.
correct.
You know, notice you're not really hearing much from many of the Christian groups about what transpired. You
Yeah,
know, not trying to add fuel to the fire, but being a Hebrew Israelite, blood descendant of Israel, we've been referred to as a hate group,
yeah,
identity extremists. That in itself is an oxymoron. But how can you be a danger of identity extremists?
yeah,
But anyway, but you know what I mean. When you look at it, all the talk was directed towards our group, our community,
correct.
for just coming to understanding who we are. But now, what is the talk right now?
Yeah,
Where's the talk? Where are these channels that was attacking us? Are they talking about this situation?
yeah.
Are they talking about what transpired?
Now I know that they're having even within evangelicalism as well. There's somewhat a divide when it comes to this. And they because you got some on our side, but then you have others that are on the other side as well. And it's just it's like a divide all over the place because you got the Pentecostal church right now. They're going through their own little internal battle of what it's like. Everybody's choosing the side that their side. You get what I'm saying? You're beginning to see the face because you got even in some people in our community that you're just sitting here saying, "Wait a minute, what are you? Whose side you're on?" But ultimately, it's like, which side do you choose now? Do you choose the side of righteousness, or do you choose the side of unrighteousness? Um, it's just so interesting to see how this is being played out and how you're seeing I mean, you're just seeing people argue and fight now. I've never seen this before, on both sides. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this is going go
Yeah,
if it ends. Not to mention after they get done with all this protesting, COVID is still sitting there looking at them like I'm not going anywhere. Um that's gonna be interesting as well to see how these people are gonna come out of this and not cause a super spreader to happen. Because none of
I was laughing too. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just
I cut
saying, just a super spreader. That's all I was
you. I was laughing earlier. I was watching the news, and how some of the people got caught.
saying. Yeah.
Somebody had on their shirt, whatever sign on there, and then they on their Instagram showing off that sign.
Oh wow.
And guys don't realize your images have an imprint. It has a signature.
Yep.
So you take a picture, they can tell you what device you took it with, what time of the day, and all those different things. But I just had to laugh at some of the ways that they were catching some of the people that were there,
Yep.
including, I wouldn't be surprised, Brother Man, that you see in the image. You always got to be at least a handful of us. But Brother Man that was inside the Senate off, he also posted a picture of him on his Instagram page. I got both pictures. I just didn't post both of them. But it's like, you know,
Yep.
it's just funny, from a perspective of, how they call themselves doing something, but at the same time, they're exposing themselves. They basically put themselves out to get captured.
Yep. It's just it's just gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Like I said, I got a feeling this weekend is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see where this lands. Because I don't think, like I said, they're not giving up. They're not giving
Oh
up at
yeah.
all. You know, already they're sending alerts out, telling people to be careful, and I'm just like, wow. Like I said, it was just to see how they were acting, you know, during the coup, what they consider to be a coup, um,
Hmm.
and how they were saying a revolution, a war. I said, oh no, here we go, here we go.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting time. I don't want to say dangerous because I know Yah is going to protect his people in the midst of this. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I was going to play a couple of videos, but I'm even going to be careful with that, playing videos when it comes to this, because I mean, anything, they shutting you down. Anything. If you even post a picture of him now, they shutting you
Hmm.
down just about.
Yeah,
So,
with me, I just show the news clips. You know what I mean?
mhm.
News clips, and I show clips that's from the news. So that you can never go wrong with that when you play in a news clip versus you know some third party clip that you're really not sure the origins of it. So
Mhm.
I just play a clip. I'll safe and I'll just play whatever the news is putting out there. I'll play it, and whatever images that are out there, I'll get it from their images as far as like AP and those groups. So that way, when I put it out there, it's their images. It's
Yep.
not something that I got from, not knowing it's connected to some type of extreme
Yep.
website and that type of thing. So I definitely understand the caution.
Yep. And again, I think I was talking to you today about that. I said there's some of the stuff that the other side is doing to the conservative side. I'm like, y'all adding fuel to the fire. They keep poking the bear. Like on the
Hmm.
news, it's just like they're trying. I don't know. I'm almost wondering if they're trying to cause something as well on the other side of the aisle, the least conservative, what you call liberals, because now they're beginning to poke the bear, and some of the ones on the other side, which are the conservatives, that it doesn't take much for them. So it's just like, kind of leave them alone. Another thing I'm worried about is when they you might not agree with me, when they took his Twitter page down. I was like, I want his page to stay up because I want to see what folks talking about. We literally don't know what
Yeah,
they're doing now.
from uh, a logical and strategic, I can understand why, because the the fear is not necessarily the president himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's the followers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got that one family member you can't tell certain things to because they just don't know how to come down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there's always that one person that don't know how to let go, that will take it to the extreme and just kind of you know don't know how to just remove themselves from it. So and then because of what the president has been posting, you just don't have the confidence that he's going to tone it down. So you'll see that. I mean, that's why they took it down, because of what just happened, and they don't want him posting anything that could come across as another trigger,
Yep.
even with him trying to tell the people to stand down. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Someone can take it as a trigger of, okay, he's telling me to stand down, but he really wants me to stand out.
Yep.
So I can understand that, and why they took that down. Not just what's that, Twitter, but Facebook, um, Instagram, all the social medias has really responded. I think now the only account he could really use is MySpace.
Yep.
You know,
MySpace. Wait a minute. Can you even get to MySpace? Well, it's funny, but I mean,
You gonna go back to Black Planet?
look, I'm gonna see if I can find my old MySpace page from when I was in college. But I mean, he has nowhere. I mean, I was like, can y'all leave something up? Just one thing. I need to see one thing because I'm like, I need to see at least we knew what was going to happen because you can look at at the comments. You never really paid attention to what he was saying. You paid attention to the comments. And now
Hmm.
it's just like you have no visibility because I know a couple of people that I know from, my my past that are very, 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 very much conservatives. Somebody said he gonna be on Clubhouse. That's gonna be hilarious.
Somebody said AOL
That is,
with his 28K modem.
you say 28K. Come on now. You went all the way there.
You know where AOL make that sound, that
Oh,
screechy sound.
hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. But I mean, even then, you could, we could see what he was doing. Man, now you don't know what this dude is doing. You just praying that.
Oh, they know what he's doing. Trust me, they know what
Well,
he's doing.
and then too, like I said, let me go back to that point because I just forgot about that. The lady, she and my, that was one of my Facebook friends. Her and a couple of them are mad and they left Facebook and they said, well, you won't see us post too much, and they're moving to other more more conservative type, or what do you call, right wing. Um,
Hmm.
so
Media, whatever social media platforms that they have out there.
yep. So it's a bit much. It's hold
Oh,
on,
you sound like you're doing. You
hold
got now.
hold on. I'm going to it. Hold on.
Sister
Uh,
E got to roll it. Well,
y'all remember this? Hold on.
there you go. There you go. There go the sound.
That's what he using right now.
That's what he's using right now.
Y'all laughing, but that's what he used right now. Man, just the sound you wanted.
Hmm.
That's it right there. Hold
That's
on.
what he got right there.
When you got to that point, you knew you was good. But that's
When I
where
heard it's like, hey, you doing dial up right there.
that's it right there. Uh, you've got milk.
Somebody said their dogs are barking because it sounds like a dog whistle.
He said his dog is barking. That is too funny. Oh,
You know what I'm gonna put? You should put that as one of your video drops. You know how I do the boxing. I
uh,
think the Batman. You should put that as one of your, your animations just for humor.
I am, because that was back in the day. You go through all that, and then after you get done, it'll be like, you've got milk.
Yeah.
That's where he is right now. That's where he is right now. He's on AOL dial up. That's how bad it is right now.
he's
Y'all
been he's been downgraded all the way down.
Y'all act like y'all didn't have that problem when somebody made a phone call, you got kicked off the internet.
So now he got to actually look for a telephone cable, an analog cable, because now the newer phones are IP. So now they got him down to analog now.
I had never analog. What's funny is I told my daughter, and I played it for her, and I said, let me tell you how our internet used to sound. And she was like, what? So,
Hmm.
they used to just going straight to Chrome, or going straight to, whatever web browser that they use. I said, oh no, we didn't get that. Let me show you what we used to have to do. And you have to go and click on that AOL. You remember the CDs you used to get, or
Hmm. You got the upgrade CDs and
yep.
yeah.
And she heard that. She said, "What is that?" I said, "That means you're getting connected." I said, "And do not let your grandmother make a phone call. I'm kicked off there."
Kick you off. Yeah.
So
That is so funny. That is so funny.
I had to throw that out there because it's so much going on. We need a laugh right now because
Hmm.
the news is somewhat humorous. I'm telling you, there was certain aspects of what was going on. I was just like, really? Some of the stuff they had on when that dude was standing in that podium area where the
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's the QAnon shaman. That's his name. This is
Mm.
and it was funny for a second, and then I was like, wait, it just got real. It just got real. So it's just like I said, it's gonna be an interesting time. Um it's gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. Um
And two, I think that people too have to be careful too. That be careful how they communicate.
mhm.
You know, don't get me wrong. When I put up my post like, "Hey, let them fight, let the Democrats and Republicans go at each other," uh, that's different from saying, like promoting some of the actions that you see.
Mhm.
When you start saying that, hey, they deserve. Be careful how you making posts about this situation because you can get shut down, and you can have people showing up on your doorstep. So just really be careful about your communications, and even how you're talking or discussing this situation.
Yep. Yep. I'm sorry, I had to go get some water. But yeah, we are gonna be we have to be careful because they're watching and they're monitoring everything. I say this: if you want to act crazy, just go to WebSphere. That's where you're gonna get.
Man, there's probably somebody up in there waiting.
Go to WebSphere. Cut up.
if if you want to protect your communication, like your chats and all that, change your browser, go back to Netscape.
Did you
You
just say
remember Netscape?
yes? You just said that. That threw me off. I thought you was gonna say something really, really like okay. What you said?
I'm clouded now. I'm in geek mode.
That is too funny. But I mean, that's what I say. If y'all want to cut up, go to Hebrew Sphere. Dante might not
Mhm.
kick you out.
Yeah, yeah, but truth be told, be careful. And I've made this warning well over a year ago. Brothers and sisters, I understand all of us, may love going to the rifle range and stuff like that. But please don't post pictures of you with guns and shooting. Do not do that because you're asking to be seen. You're asking for yourself to be highlighted. Even though that is right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you doing that. The script, like in the scripture says, not everything that's lawful is expedient. So just because it's legal to do so, but it's not right to do so. From a perspective of perception, especially if we're already labeled as identity extremists. Why
Yep,
would you show yourself with pictures of you having guns or at a gun range?
correct.
Whatever I have in my house, you just have to find out if you come and
Yeah,
violate my household. But I'm not going to, put it out there or what I have or what type of, I'm not doing that. So I just want to just encourage people, just use wisdom, especially during this time. If you have any pictures on your profiles with that have you holding guns and stuff like that, take them down.
yep,
You don't have nothing to prove to no one, right? So take them down.
yep,
That's why the scripture says abstain from the appearance of sin.
yep. I agree. I agree. We got to be careful and be wise in the things that we do and the things that we say. Because they're watching everybody's Facebook pages right now. They've watched it before, but they're watching it even more now. Um, because people are going into Facebook jail where I'm just like, you really didn't do anything. I think don't think keep me out of Facebook jail because I hadn't really been out there, but they putting people in Facebook jail for anything. In a minute, they're gonna put Mike Calloway in there for hooping if he keep on a reporter. Next time he hoop, I'm a reporter.
He was giving out a signal.
You should be like, on, wait a minute. What was I gonna say? Next time he hoop, I'm gonna say inappropriate language.
uh, behavior, language that's inappropriate to the environment of Facebook.
Cause he can be like, and y'all, that poor man, right? Y'all are literally harassing this man. Y'all making his whole Facebook post sermon every 10 minutes because y'all keep giving him the blues. Y'all leave that man alone.
Remind me of, remember school days, the coach when he was pep when he had the pep rally. Y'all want me to lose my job,
You made me think about that. I almost choked on my water. That was funny. But that's how he been lately. Y'all stop. This man is doing 5 minutes, 5 minutes every other 20 minutes. Because some people is y'all stop harassing him.
He said,
I'm gonna
"We
report
gonna win. We gonna get him." He said, "Do y'all want me to lose my job?" Like, Kelly.
Man doing 5 minute sermonettes every 20 minutes. Y'all leave him alone. Cause I'm getting tired of the I'm just messing with him. But yeah, y'all keep on. Y'all leave him alone. But I'm gonna report him. Keep on. No. Y'all quit laughing at me because I'm snorting. Cause y'all are giving this
Because
man
I snort too, so I had to catch myself. I got my geeky
try my
snorts.
best not to.
My daughter has it. All of them have my geeky snort. They all got it from me, so I had to kind of catch myself.
He is though. Oh,
But
I had to
that's
put
what he
it.
reminded me of. That's what comes to mind. He's like, "Do y'all want me to lose my job?" And he was preaching a sermon to them.
He getting a
Oh,
little bit. He getting more
or
addicted.
Coming to America. Was that Coming to America? The preacher.
This is so
I
funny.
don't know what you come to do, but I come to praise his name.
Oh my goodness.
I know there's a God somewhere.
Oh my goodness. Stop. Oh my goodness. I can't. I can't. Oh, that's what y'all riled the man to. I'll leave him
I
alone.
told you I'm a geek, so I mean I'm a movie buff, so
Y'all making him have nightmares about Hebrew. Y'all leave him alone. Leave Pope Mike alone. Because he been hooping all day. I can hear him hoop when he's typing out his messages on Facebook. I said, it's a hoop somewhere in here. Because, yes. Oh, my goodness. I'm
oh
going to leave
come
him
on,
alone.
Enosh Ben Israel. He put up there, y'all bugging out. That you old school. You revealed your age with that bugging out. He said he put up. You see that? He said y'all bugging out.
I see it. I see it. We are right now. We're really giving him a hard time because he needs it. I'm going to mess with him because he just, y'all withering at his nerves. Y'all keep on. Uh,
That's so funny though. Now you can now that's gonna be in my head now. Just the preacher from Coming to America.
every time we see a post, we go, and every time he do a post, Dante go ask. I'm gonna need Dante to stop. Where's Dante, y'all? I'm gonna put Dante in Facebook timeout. Y'all gonna wear that man's nerves. Singing. Mike, hello. You're gonna be all right.
So, but yeah, guys, I'm trying to curb it, right? Because you know,
I told him I was gonna harass him, so I didn't tell him where. I said I'm gonna get you because you've been giving my Facebook the blues. Like I'm like, what is he posting every 5 minutes? I'm like, oh my goodness. I said it is Dante's fault. Me and Dante gonna have it out. Oh, Okay, we gonna stop. We gonna stop. We gonna
He also
stop.
kind of remind me of Gerard from Boomerang. Gerard, your parents got matching earrings. I know that, man.
Y'all stop. He gonna be mad at us.
Why you gotta get all the girls, Marcus?
He gonna be mad at us. He gonna leave us a message. This is all in fun. We all having fun. Mike, have fun with us. He's hostile now. I'm
But he did say that. Remember when they were in the opening scene? Oh, Gerard, when Eddie Murphy was flirting with the I guess the airline stewardess or whatever. You know, Gerard said, "I'm from Detroit."
not gonna sit here and laugh at him. You know he's from Detroit. Don't do him like that. He gonna be mad at us.
He completely ignored everybody, and Gerard was trying to catch attention. He's like, "I'm from Detroit."
Oh wow. See, I'm not gonna do this. Let me plug my laptop on before it die. Yeah, he gonna be mad at us. I'll leave him a message. I'm gonna say, calm down, Mike. Calm down. It's all in fun. I blame Dante. I'm gonna bring Dante up here and say it's your fault. This man is posted every 10 minutes.
Now I'm gonna be like, "Arrivederci."
I'm not gonna fool with you. It's time for the benediction. Do we even say benediction in our community? Because y'all just really cut up.
Oh man, that just make me think. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going geek mode a little bit, but yeah, we do need to have a little laughter after what's been going on. I mean, it's been
Yeah. He
all
just
this rah 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 stuff.
oh yes. Yes, it hasn't been rough. It's been interesting. I
Hmm.
would say that. Like the news is lit. I done missed some of my shows for the news. And
Hmm.
it's some every day where you just like, really? This is what we do now. But yeah, I I'm just yeah, you're gonna have to be careful. Somebody posted something with Malcolm X. I was gonna play. I was like, no, they're not.
Nah, man. Right
Mm-mm.
now, we don't need to
I
post
don't
it.
need nothing. I don't even want to put up a Dr. King post right now.
I'm trying to tell you. Right now we just got to be. Again, we just got to be smart and strategic, and even how we communicate. Everything that's going on.
Hmm.
I know for sure no one could laugh about the 400 years
Oh, don't say
because
that. You gonna
at the
wake
turn
up.
of that 400 years, a lot has happened. We have to be real. You know,
Mhm.
shortly after that 400 years, a lot has happened.
Yep.
Right when all the laughter was taking place, because I remember certain people were posting apologies saying that they were wrong. And,
Mhm.
you heard me, I never apologize for anything because I
No.
understand the process. It's
Yep.
not going to be what we think that all of a sudden we're just going to, exodus out of the country. No, we started this major exodus of what coming out of these religious systems that have actually oppressed us,
Hmm.
that actually put a lot of the yokes on our people. So we see a lot happening from a pandemic. None of us ever thought that we would experience, live to see. And one day I got to do the presentation because I did a presentation on it, and I didn't finish the video up, but I dealt with the month of March. That's when everything really hit the fan,
Yeah.
and that's actually a god, Karl Marx, the god of war, right? But yeah, a lot of things happen from the coronavirus, and we seeing governments being shut down. We seeing all kinds of things happening, and then we never thought that we'd see something like we saw
Oh man.
witness this past week. Never in a million years. We talk about civil wars and study about civil wars, but what we saw happening and what's happening right now, it is a civil war.
It
You
is.
know, it may not be from the perspective of what we know about in history, but what we witnessed this past week is a civil war.
Correct.
And that's what the warning is out there about the Civil War. The North and the South it didn't change. It's just that they scattered in different locations across the country.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And that's what I didn't think, yeah, I wouldn't dare think, not to mention this vaccine that they're excited about. And now it seems like it's not it they don't have enough. And then what's very interesting is they're trying to give everybody the vaccination, and they may not have enough for way the second dose. And that's the new thing that's on the table where they're concerned about. So it's just like, I'm like, is it any? I haven't yet to watch the news and see any good news, if any. Very little good news.
well, I
So,
made it clear at my where I work at. It's like, y'all could do it first. I'm not doing it.
oh
Because especially when you start getting into like even the ingredients of using shellfish DNA.
yeah,
When you start getting into certain things like that, it's like, you don't know the ramifications of that until years down the road. Um, it's just so many layers to this that they'll even tell you that if you went and took the vaccine, it doesn't guarantee that you won't catch the virus. That's on it. Look it up. Look up CDC website. They'll tell you that it doesn't guarantee that you will not catch the coronavirus.
okay. I'm looking at
It,
the chat. I'm trying to see, is is that Ron? Somebody said Ron Dalton is in the chat. Is Ron Dalton in the chat? I didn't know that. That's
I didn't see him.
Yeah. I don't think that's him. I think it's a name, and somebody said it was him. It's not under his name, so that's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might not be him because he goes by his name. I think. I don't know, but kind of caught me.
Oh no, somebody made a comment.
Oh,
Ya Oda then Israel said, "What's the word? Did y'all see Ron Dalton and Che Noy or whatever it is?" They were asking about if you
ah,
saw.
okay,
I guess if anyone
okay.
saw that.
Thank you. It kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, okay. Um, so, but yeah, this
Yes.
is going to be interesting.
So I'm
Then,
gonna wait. I'm gonna have my zombie apocalypse gear ready. You know, so when this vaccine start causing people to turn, that's what I told people at the work. I said, look, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to have my zombie apocalypse kit ready just in case you turn.
man,
While we sitting there, because you don't know what this thing going to do. I said,
man,
if I start hearing you growling, I'm coming over there with my steak. I'm going. I said to her, I said, I'm going straight for the head.
too much Walking Dead. Too much Walking Dead.
but seriously, but we just don't know how this is going to respond. Because when
Yeah.
you think about vaccines of the past, they didn't use DNA. They didn't do all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now they're really doing a lot of stuff that involves tapping into your DNA.
Yep.
And when you start tapping into DNA, you just don't know the ramifications of the short term and the long term effects of tapping and hacking into someone's DNA.
Yeah. That's just mad scientist type stuff. It's gonna be an I tell people, I said I thought 2020 was interesting. 2021 is gonna be even more interesting. I mean, it was just what, January of first 2 weeks of January, we already had a coup in the to the Capitol building. I'm like, in the Capitol building, I'm like, oh man, I hate to see what March looks like.
Hmm.
I hate to see what next week
It's
look back.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting, even just over the next week. Just seeing how this thing play out,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they start seeing all the different branches of like this web of all those that's connected.
Yep.
I think that's what's going to really catch a lot of people off guard
Correct.
because even then, after everything that went down, they have a recording of what's his name, Giuliani,
Mm-hmm.
still trying to throw around muscle about them, trying to delay the results and everything.
Yeah.
So they got him on video stating that. So it's going to be interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
now they're calling for all the Republicans, any not Republicans, any politician in government to now be removed.
Wow.
I mean, this is unprecedented, because now you see actually a civil war right before our eyes.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, it is. It is. It is something to see. Um. Yeah. It's like I said. We have to be very prayerful. As much as I'm ready to go home, it's not safe to hit that highway, and I'm just gonna wait it out. And I would say everybody at least stock up on food to have at least a couple of days of food just in case it goes down and you have to stay in the house. Um, because we don't know where this is going to lead, what's going to happen. And I think another reason why I'm a little concerned about going home right now because of me being so close to DC and they trying to get to DC. So I'm like, yeah, let me kind of hang here for a little bit. But yeah, I would say stock up on food, have you some water at least for a week to hold
And
you
have
for a
some
week.
cash on
Like,
hand too.
yep, have
Have
cash
some
on.
cash on hand.
I would say have a minimum of at least 300-400 bucks on you cash
Hmm.
minimum. Because at least with that cash, if you need to drive, you have enough. But you don't even need to get out; just have cash on you.
Yeah, but just like you said, just have cash. You just never know what can happen. The banks could get shut down for an extended period of time because of what's happening. A threat could come out. You just never know what can happen,
Right.
and you just need to have cash on you. Having an ATM card, all of that is fine, but it's still good to have actual cash at hand.
Yep. And then Angie, Love Yah said something else too. She said, um, which I didn't think about. If you're one of those people like me, go fill your tank up. I don't.
Hmm.
I'll look up the next morning and my tank will be on E. Go and fill your tank up. So if you have to leave, you can leave for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Just be prepared. That's all I gotta say. Cause my concern is when they get done with this, or when things, or if things jump off, we're gonna end up being the target.
yeah.
We're gonna
And I
end up.
would say too, if you live near a military base, kind of find out what's the ads and the things that their warnings, because they do have like an app for each one of those bases that you could kind of gauge what's going on based upon the information that they will share and the threat cons that they're in and everything. So I encourage everyone, if you're near a military installation, just kind of tap into their advertisement, go to their website of that base, or look for that app, and that way you could kind of gauge, uh, what's going on just by how they respond, what type of threat con that they in, and things along that line. So just be very watchful about what's going on.
Yep.
And I think Angie Love said that she lived near Fort Bragg. Yeah, just go to their website. They should have a app that you could go to as well, and you can at least stay up to speed with what's happening in your local area, not just from the governmental system, but from the perspective of the military, how they're preparing for certain things in your area, and that can really give you a lot of insight.
Yep. Yep. It's gonna be an interesting next couple of weeks. Just like I said, food, water, and if you have pets, don't forget to get your dogs dog food. If if you got medicine, get your medicine as well. Just stock up at least. I would say really stock up for at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, just in case something happens. Um, because I don't think it's going to be. If anything happens, I guess the biggest concern I have is martial law. I'm like, martial law, and I'm stuck in Memphis. Oh my goodness, this is not the place I want to be stuck in. The good thing is about Virginia, though, Virginia is surrounded by quite a few military bases. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, you got a lot. Just like
mhm,
training state, from all branches and other governmental agencies
Yep.
are in this area, especially when you go further north. That whole area, pretty much,
Yep.
you
It's
know.
pretty
So,
much.
and I'll share whatever I could share, from the information that I come across. But again, we just have to be um, watchful, be very wise about what we do, how we do it, and how we communicate with one another, and how
Mm-hmm.
we even talking about the situation.
Yep.
So just be very careful and be careful of the public places because they do have what is called domestic terrorists. It's been around. They
Mm.
just don't talk about it, but domestic terrorists, have increased. They multiplied like triple when President Obama was in office, and they're steady increasing even now because of what is happening right now with the transition of the presidency and all. So domestic terrorism is real, and they will target public places. So
Yep.
just be very conscientious of where you are, and if you have young people, young adults in your house, just really encourage them because sometimes they can get a mindset that they're invincible, that they can just still do their day to day stuff.
Yep. Yep. There was one more thing I was about to say. I can't remember. It slipped my mind. I guess just like you said, be careful, be mindful of your surroundings, um, and just we'll see it on through. Oh yeah, you if y'all notice, I didn't put really a title in my on my live because they're beginning to look at our titles and shut videos down because of what's going on. Um, I know that a minister, a Pentecostal minister on Facebook, his title caused his Facebook to shut the live down because they didn't like the title. So he had to migrate over into YouTube to finish up his show, but yet and still YouTube is just as strict. So if y'all see that my titles are very generic, just know that it's only because you got to be careful. Because what I wanted to title it, I was talking about chaos and I was like, oh no, they're gonna shut me down as soon as I walk in. So
No, you could do something simple like what I did was the state capitol breached, insurrection, state capitol breached. I mean, those are simple terms, versus getting into the other stuff. But you could keep it simple with the breach, or the insurrection of the state capitol. Those type of things are not triggers, but it's just when you start getting further into the grain of trying to point out one side or the other, or sound like you're trying to promote. No, just something simple. That's why if you notice, the two videos I did was very simple. The breach, and then I did one on um, double standards.
yeah,
But I still address what was going on in the White House, and then the videos that I shared was news videos.
yep,
Videos from the different news groups that are out there.
yep, yep. You sound like me. So well, family, we have enjoyed talking to you all. Y'all probably see a lot of us here because I know once if anything does happen, you're gonna see a lot of people doing lives because it's probably gonna be all we can do outside of watching TV. Um, and just to keep everybody informed. So I've enjoyed it. I will either see y'all tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. You got anything else to say, Pastor Kelly? Before we go?
No, pretty much you summed everything up, and just want to just encourage everyone just to be very watchful. Use that discernment.
Yep. All right, family.
And peace and blessings, Pastor Johnson.
Oh yeah, I just saw him. I lost his Pastor Johnson. Hello, Pastor Johnson. All right. Well, we getting ready to wrap up, family. Y'all be careful out here. Um, be careful of what you say. Have wisdom in the things you do, the places you go, the things you say. And just keep it moving. All right, family. Love y'all. Good night.